Okay, so welcome everyone to our webinar today. And participants, I think we have some people in here. Okay, so let me just quickly set a poll and we would take off. Okay. Okay. So let's take the poll quickly. You're all welcome. Welcome, Yemi. Welcome, Kuldeep. Welcome, Ayo Ogechi. You're all welcome. I think we have some more people in here. And Kit, Samuel, Stephen, Edozio Uno. Okay, Anthony, you're welcome. Amir, Charles, Saben, you're all welcome. Shazrad, Emme, Essien, Ayo Thomas, you're all welcome. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, you can make use of the chat box on the other side so that I know. And let's quickly do some introductions. Can we all introduce ourselves in the chat box? Tell us your name. And what you do. And we also have a poll that I've just set up, which you can take just at the other corner. If you're writing your exam in a month's time, in 2 to 3 months' time, also do let us know. Okay. So thank you so much for taking out time to come in here. We'll start in a few minutes. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay, yes, Anthony, you're welcome. Abba, hi, hello. Okay. Okay. Can we get some hellos so that I can know we are all in here and we are ready to start? Saben, you're welcome. That's great. Okay. Okay. So I'm about to share my screen. Okay. Yemi, you're welcome. Construction as well. That's great. Telecoms, okay. That's great. You're all welcome. Okay. So let me try that again. I want to extend my screen. Let me try that again. Anthony, you're welcome. Public health. That's interesting. We have diverse professionals in here today. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm fine now. We'll start in the next 1 minute. Sorry about this delay. Okay, I don't know, my system is hanging a little bit. Okay, okay. I hope we can see my screen. Abba, you're welcome. Can we see my screen now? Abba, okay, you want to write your exam in October. That's interesting. Thomas, okay, politician and non-profit project management professor. Okay, that's practitioner. That's interesting. So you're all welcome. I don't know, can you hear me and can you see my screen? I just want to confirm my screen sharing is in order so that I can just continue. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so today we are talking about 5 proven strategies to pass your PMP exams. I just pray today you will take away, strategies that would help you nail the exam without beating around the bush, like we would say in English. So basically, all that you would require to actually do this exam on first trial, and you're able to pass your exam, that's what we want to talk about today. So I would go down a bit. Okay. So the webinar is for you if you want to use proven strategies to study for and pass your PMP certification exam at first try. So you intend to write your exams in the next 3 months, then this webinar is actually for you. I think we saw a lot of people respond in the poll that they will be writing within, 2 to 3 months. And also the webinar is for you if you've already acquired your 35 contact hours formal education that PMI requires, plus you have your first degree and also you have project management experience, because this exam is basically for those with a minimum of 3 to 5 years of project management experience. Agenda, I think we've done the general introductions and that was fine. That means a lot of us have experience managing projects, and you've come across the PMP certification program by PMI, which is very good. And we also have, some form of training in there. So today we just want to nail in on strategies you would use to pass your exam. We'll be talking about a summary of the certification exams, just like an overview. And then we move on to the 5 proven strategies that you would use to pass the exam. And at the end, we'll be sharing some free resources with you, and I hope you stick around. Also, make sure you have your notes and pen, to take in important points. I have with me today Kuldeep, who I would also introduce as we move ahead. I will introduce myself shortly after this. So having a PMP certification hands you a set of tools to improve efficiency and productivity in all your project experiences. So this certification gives you the tools to make sure that you manage your projects, with best practice and get it done on time, on budget, on scope, and on business requirements. So I'm the first presenter, and how we'll do it, I'll take my presentation first and then hand off to Kuldeep. My name again is Ojiugo Ajunwa. I'm also a PMP certified person, and I've been for the past 8 years. I became certified February of 2009, and it's been a very interesting experience. I'm an experienced project management consultant, author, trainer, and coach, and I'm the executive director at Right Track Consulting International. Okay, I just want to introduce Kuldeep. I don't know, I'm having some challenges with my screen, but would go on. Okay, let me see if I can get that. So welcome anyone that is just joining in. Like we said, feel free to introduce yourself by the corner, and we'll take it up from there. I don't know why it jumps the second introduction. Okay, I think I'm not with the right one. I'll just stop sharing quickly and share the right one. Okay. I think this is the right one. So I would, I'm sorry about that. I'll just share my screen again. Okay. Audio and video is okay. That's great. Ogechi, welcome. I'm sorry for pausing in a bit. I just want to be sure I was with the right document. Ogechi is from Abuja. She's writing in September. She works in a sales team. That's great. Okay, so that's great. Thank God we have everyone that is ready to do their exams in the program. So you're all welcome. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just my screen, but I will get to it shortly. Okay, so that's great. I think it's showing. Okay, so Kuldeep is the second presenter. Kuldeep is an experienced PMP. He's also been certified for so many years, and he has over 16 years of experience, managing projects in different sectors. Nosa, you're welcome. Thanks for joining in. Nosa is an entrepreneur in Abuja as well. So Kuldeep is an experienced project management consultant and trainer. He's founder, CEO, Test to Done, and he will be leading us into exam simulation softwares, so that you know exactly what to look out for, when you're shopping for one, especially for this exam. So the PMP exam, in a nutshell, PMP is an exam, the Project Management Professional Certification Exam offered by PMI in the USA. PMI stands for the Project Management Institute. The exam basically is to certify project managers to make sure that they have the right tools, the right concepts, the right information, in form of methods and methodologies provided by a book we call the PMBOK. PMBOK stands for the Project Management Body of Knowledge. So the PMBOK is the guide that helps you prepare for this certification exam. And you know, this exam has been on for so many years now. I think it was in the mid-80s, and over time now they have like over 700,000 plus certified PMPs globally. So it's a globally recognized certification. And the exam is basically objective styled, and they try to because it's objective styled, you know, 200 questions, you write it in 4 hours. They try to make sure that they paint scenario-based questions, you know, so that you're thinking from the perspective of best practice. What should I be doing if this situation, you know, shows off in my project, and so on. You know, so basically 200 questions. Is the style of the exam is OBJ, objectives, and you write in 4 hours. Now to the requirements. The requirements for this training, first of all, you must have your first degree. That means you must have like, you know, a first degree from a university or higher institution of learning. And then you must also have 3 to 5 years of project management experience, because PMI wants you to document 4,500 hours of time you've spent, you know, either as part of a project team or as the project manager, you know, working on projects, you know, over the course of 3 to 5 years. So 3 to 5 years of experience, and you document 4,500 hours of, you know, project management experience that you've had in that time. And like I said, your first degree is another requirement. And then the last one is your 35 contact hours of training, formal project management training that would be curriculum focused, you know, making use of the PMBOK guide. So those are like the basic things. And I think they still have like some flexibility. If you don't have your first degree, you should have like a higher secondary school degree, but then you now should record 7 years of experience managing projects. I think I should chip that in there. And then the exam fee, the exam is written basically as computer-based test or a paper-based test. But in my country, Nigeria, I think for now we have the paper-based test, you know, and the prices vary for members and for non-members. But basically you should plan to spend like $405, you know, to write this exam if you're a PMI member, and $555 if you're a non-PMI member for the paper-based and the computer-based test. We'll take questions, you know, towards the end of the presentation. So you can record your questions down and I would come to it. Okay, so the next one is the passing score. The passing score, most times, okay, the exam is back in Nigeria. That's interesting. I heard that, but I'm not so sure. I heard from July 31st, 2017 in Lagos that you could actually do a computer-based test. If I find that information as authentic, I would also make sure I share it out, you know, with everyone that is participating today. Thank you, Ogechi. So the passing score is not known, you know, for this exam, because this exam is determined by sound psychometric analysis. So PMI wants to test that, you know every area, you know the areas of initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. You must be moderately proficient, you know, to pass the exam across board. So there is no one exam score for everyone. PMI scores each exam differently, and a passing score for one exam may be different from the other. So basically, you may be writing with 10 people in a center, you know, at the same time, but then your exam results and the questions are also scrambled, and the exam results are different, you know, for different, depending on how you performed on that particular exam. So like I said, we'll keep the questions aside for now till we are able to finish up the presentation, and then we take our questions. I hope that is clear. So make sure you note down all the questions you want to ask, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. I hope I've not moved too fast. Okay, so let me just move up a bit. Sorry, I'm having a slow system. I don't know why, but I would manage through it and make sure that we are able to finish. Okay, so basically the first strategy to passing your exam, you must create a study plan, you know, and have an exam date in mind. You know, it's just like when we were all, maybe, I don't know if everyone here is married, but you know, when you want to get married, you're like, oh, I'm getting married soon. But until you have a date, you don't really plan seriously. So I want you to take away from here that you must have an exam date in mind, and then create a study plan, you know, around that date. Create a study plan around that date. So make sure you plan your work and work your plan. We have a 30 to 60 day PMP exam study plan that we'll share with you at the end of the presentation. You know, it will show you everything you need to do from day 1 to day 30 if you're writing in 30 days, or from day 1 to day 60 if you're writing in the next 60 days. You know, so that you can create a plan. Just use it as a template, create a plan, and make sure you also have an exam date in mind. To schedule this exam, you're not paying any fees yet to PMI. You know, you schedule your exam, go to www.pmi.org, you know, fill in, if you don't have an account, fill in your username, your password, then go ahead to applying for this certification exam under certifications. You know, when you do that, fill up your certification application and forward it to PMI. They would usually respond in 5 to 7 working days, you know, and you know, from that point you can now say, okay, this is the date I want to write this exam, and then you're eligible to pay. But then also note that 1 in 100 applications are usually audited by PMI, you know, to make sure that you that you confirm that the information you put for them is actually right. You know, so first strategy, create a study plan and then have an exam date in mind. You know, because procrastination happens. We are all adults, we are all busy, you know, but once you have a plan and you have an exam date in mind, it makes it way, way easier. Then I move on to the second strategy. I hope you're taking notes. Our second strategy, let's see what it's all about. Okay. Sorry, I'm having some delay with the internet. I really do not know why, but basically we'll just be working as we go. Okay, so second strategy, let's see, it's not coming up so fast. I hope I have not skipped it. Okay, so stick to 1 to 2 books maximum. You know, most times we want to read everything. We want to be thorough. We want to, you know, you can't really, project management is far and wide. But remember, we are working with a curriculum, you know, so make sure that your curriculum is based on the PMBOK. And the PMBOK, once you become a PMI member, you know, membership is, I think, $139 for first timers, $139. So once you become a PMI member, you get the PMBOK. It's there in your account. So you download it to your system, is licensed to you, you know, and you can read the PMBOK. Make sure you have the PMBOK as one of the books you're reading, and then a second book. Usually we'll tell our students to make use of either the Head First PMP in the 3rd edition, or the PMP training kit, or you can look at the Rita RMC, Rita's book. It's also a very good book. So don't read too far and wide. It will lengthen your exam preparation time. You want to be concise and focused and just make use of 1 to 2 books. So don't read 5 books for this exam. You won't be able to prepare, within the time frame that you need to. So second strategy, stick to 1 to 2 books maximum. Then the third one, make sure you attend formal training classes. In fact, because we've been in this industry for the past decade in Nigeria and Africa, basically we see a lot of people come in and say, oh, I'm self-studying for this exam. I wrote this exam. I failed this exam. You don't want to toe that part. You just want to be focused. Make sure you attend the class somewhere, because basically what a class does to you, it creates interaction. It creates accountability. You want to know that, oh, I spent money attending a class and I need to make use of what I did. And as part of what we do, as part of our key value proposition, what we do is that even if you've come into our class for 1 year, we have groups that we'll talk about our communities shortly. We have groups that you can plug into and, still remember 3 months down the line, I have this exam I'm preparing for. That's basically what the group would help you do so that you achieve that objective. Having this certification is very key and very important if you want to, really aim higher in this industry. Using self-study you may not know exactly how long your preparation will last. Most times people are not disciplined to, follow that route. But attending classes helps a great deal, and based on feedback from our own clients, our own clients in Nigeria, the traditional classroom training helps you create an enjoyable experience in a shorter span of time. Not saying that online training doesn't work. It also works, but you must be very determined, very focused, very disciplined. You must have these 3 ingredients: be determined, be focused, be disciplined to stay with your study time if you're using an online class, which we also offer at Right Track Consulting. Okay, so that's the third strategy. Make sure you attend some form of formal training, to help you gun down on areas you need to focus on, tips and tricks of the exam and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's look at our fourth one. Christy, you're welcome. Okay, that's interesting. Christy, you're welcome. Let me see. I hope my slide is still showing. Let me see. So we are on to the fourth strategy. Sorry, that is the fifth one. I think I've gone further than I wanted. So let me look at the fourth strategy. Okay. Okay, so join and be active in a study-focused community. Be active in a study-focused community. That would really help. We call it have an accountability partner, so accountability partners to the rescue. Make sure you're focused in the group is study focused. You're focused on achieving this goal that will help keep you focused on your overall objective of passing the test. So if you can't find a group, look for someone that is also doing what you're doing, maybe inside a group. I will talk about our communities, in a very short while. And then inside the group, you're able to, find an accountability partner and then be able to basically, create a study plan around what you're doing. And it would really help you. You decide on how you would study, when you will meet for reviews, and stuff like that. So basically, that is the first 4 strategy for preparing for your PMP certification exam. So I want to share the stage right now with my co-presenter called Tyagi, and he would be talking about the 5th and very important strategy. Kuldeep, you're welcome. I hope you're in there. I would hide my camera and make sure you take the stage. Kuldeep, are you in there? Okay. So Kuldeep will be talking about test 2 done, and that is our 5th strategy, you know, for passing the PMP certification exam.
Hi, are you?
Okay.
Hi, Ojiugo, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Just a moment. Okay. So Kuldeep, you're welcome. I can hear you loud and clear. Thanks for joining in. I know it's 4.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's 4:30 in India.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think it seems like it's good afternoon for all of you. I don't know what time is it.
Okay.
It's almost evening here. You might see my face a little bit tired, but I'll try to do the best job for you. Is there any presentation you'll be sharing,
Yes.
Ojiugo? Okay.
Yes. Let me share the screen. Okay. So a moment.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay.
So for all the participants, as you're hearing, I think all the best for your exam. I see quite a few of you have been writing exam in next few weeks, and Ojiugo is one of the best trainer, and they have very right institute. So if you need some assistance, she will be able to provide. At the same time, we have partnered with the Writer Track to provide practice exams for some of you on testudan.com. It's called testudaan.com. We have almost 400 questions which are free of cost, so you can register and you can take exams there. We also have exams specific to knowledge areas. So you have exams for all 10 knowledge areas, and we have exams for process groups as well. So some of you might be from sales. You might want to know scope management a little bit more. You might be very good in procurement and quite a few special things about sales. So that's Anthony, that's correct. Is you have to just remove you from the last. It's test. Sorry, let me type it here. There you go. This is the right one. So you have plenty of questions, and we have about 3,500 questions for you to practice, and we have different packages as well. So we have plenty of free questions, and then once you're done with those, you can buy packages. We have packages with 2 simulated exams. We have a package with 4 simulated exams. We have seen many of our students who take 4 paid package exams. They have found it really helpful, and most of our questions are designed by US. I have a team in US. Our company is registered in US as well and has office in Delaware and Edina, Minnesota. So the questions are designed by experts in the US. And we are one of the best simulators in the world. We are very much in the market, and we have about 1,000 registrations every month. So this has been hit in the market, and one of the best thing of our simulator is result analysis. So as soon as you are done with the exam, you will go to a page which will talk about how good you have performed in the tests. So how good you performed in each knowledge area, how good you performed in each process group. You can analyze your questions, and it's all pictorial. It's very simple. Not only that, if you're rushing, if you're on the go, you can always pause the exam. So you can pause the exam and you can retake it once you have time. We don't recommend this for people who are about to write exam in next few weeks, but folks who are just preparing, they can do that. One of the biggest trick which Ojiugo has provided you very good tips, but nevertheless, you have to practice to sit for 4 hours, which is not very easy. So I would like to thanks for joining again, and if you have any questions, I will just write my company's email ID as well in case you have any questions, and you can always reach out to Ojiugo. We are partner, and she'll be able to guide on test to run as well. Thank you. Over to you, Ojiugo. That's about for me. Ojiugo, I don't know, how do I give the control to you? I think she is trying to take the control. So if anybody has any questions on the test to done or on the tests, please write, and I'll be able to provide answer while she comes back on the screen.
Okay, so welcome back. Thank you so much. Yes. Hey. Thank you so much, Kuldeep. So we'll hang around. Okay, Ogechi says, I'm on the test to done site, a little lost as to where to get my questions. Okay. How does she get to the questions?
On the site?
Yes, on the site.
Is she asking for the website?
Yes. Or? Okay, no, she's already on the site. She says she can't find exactly where. I think I have a screen that would show that. Let me get to how she would do that. Okay, yeah. Sorry, let me get to that. Okay, so I think that's the screen for that. So you would click on, once you get to test to done, click on sign up on the top right corner. Check the box and then use the code RC30113, which is our institute's code, and you're right into the system. Okay, so click on the sign up on the top right corner, check the box, and then make use of the code RC3013, and you're inside the application. I hope that's clear. Okay, so that's great. Okay, Christy says, this will be my second attempt. I felt really prepared the first time, but didn't make it. Kuldeep, what can you tell her? She has written it one time and she was not successful.
Sure. So these are my words. You will be successful this time.
Okay,
no worries. just be confident. Just be confident and take some of the tests. From our portal. If you take 2 of our tests and do good exercise on all the questions, you will be at all of head. No, I didn't understand what you said. I read all of head first.
Is I think it's a book. It's the Head First PMP. I think that's a book she read.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think if your fundamentals are clear, as Ojiugo said in the beginning, 1 book or maximum 2 books are fine. I would suggest you practice more on the questions and practice online. Don't do questions on paper, because end of the day you will be actually sitting in front of computer and you need to feel that environment. That is the best way to get prepared yourself. Analyze the questions, have discussions. When I did my PMP almost a decade ago, I found a partner, and we used to study together. I was in US, and believe it or not, I actually cracked my exam within a month. So we used to study together for about 2 to 3 hours daily. We used to go to a library in US and study, and it really helped in clarifying questions. So if you find a buddy or a partner, that's the great thing.
Beautiful. So that's interesting. Find a study partner. It really, really helps. As human beings, we are all so busy all the time, and we may not put in the exact hours we need to. And that's part of, problems people have and all that. I think that's basically that. Is there any other question? Please feel free to ask questions. We are still here for like the next 5 minutes. Question. Okay, someone is finding a study partner already. That's interesting. Okay, so that's great. Yeah. If you have, if you can see the screen, I think we've shared out there 3 resources, that you can make use of. The first resource is our chat box. We have a Facebook study group that you can join. I hope you can see the link in there. I think what I'll do, I'll send the slides, to everyone that participated, so that it's easy to take a look at it at the end. And then we also have what do we have there? What do we have here? Let me make that larger. Yes, the project manager chat box community, and then we have the 30 to 60 day study planner, that can actually help you plan out how you would study, because most times people procrastinate because there is a mental block of where do I start from, and number 1 would actually help you. And then that community. We also have a WhatsApp group, and if you want to join it, you can join it with my phone number. You can ask me to, I think I'm dropping that in there, where we can just add you to the group. When you text me, tell me that you want to be part of that group, and I will add you. Okay, Yemi is writing in November. Okay. Then this is the link to the study planner. Let me also drop it in there so that it's not difficult to get. PMP exam study planner. I think that's that. PMP exam study planner. Okay. And then I talked about the community. So the first community is a WhatsApp group that I dropped my number for. And the next community is a Facebook group. So whichever one you do, if you do Facebook, great. If you do WhatsApp, great. You can join any of those communities. Groups/project manager chat box. Okay, so that's that. And then the third one is Test to Done. I think we've dropped the site's link, and I told you how to get to it, testtodone.com. So click on sign up on the top right corner if you're just hearing this. you know, check the box, use the code RC3013. That's our institution's code. And I think that is it for now. Let me see. Do we have any other thing? I think we are done for now. If you want to contact us for any reason, okay, Facebook, yes, that's also good. Kuldeep has dropped their Facebook group address so that you can be part of it. So I think that's all for now. If you want to email us for any reason, let me drop our contact page. I hope that comes up. Sorry, my screen freezes up on me. But let me drop our email address in case you need to drop an email, you know, after the webinar. Right track. So we're there to support everyone, and we wish you the best with your professional exam, you know, and we're always inspired when, you know, someone does what they are supposed to do and achieves that objective. It makes our heart glad. We are truly inspired, you know, when you take on your career and, you know, acquire all the skills and certifications you need to make it work. So we wish you all the best. Kuldeep, any last words?
No, thank you. Thanks for arranging and inviting me. I'm really glad.
Okay.
And again, to your words, all the best to everyone.
Right.
If you need any assistance, any issues, you know, reach out to her or reach out to my company's address, contact@thetestaround.com, and all the best.
Okay, thank you, Kuldeep. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming in. Yes, we do have, I will drop the address. We operate in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja. So you can contact us on phone that I dropped in earlier, and then that is our office address, Suite A8. So we are in Wuse in Abuja and Ikeja in Lagos. We are also in D-Line in Port Harcourt. Then, like I said earlier, we also train online in case you're a very busy executive. Thank you, Yemi. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much. And that's our web address in case, you know, you just want to find your way around. We have a chat box there. Feel free to come in at any time and leave a message. So thank you so much for joining in today. I hope it was worth your while. I would be cutting it off right now. Thank you and have a great day. The rest